Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Hales and I make videos about the books that I'm reading. So today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I'm in such a precarious situation because my Kindle Fire is not charged, and I thought it was, and I need it for the questions and my Goodreads profile. So it's plugged in charging so that I can use it. And I'm trying not to there are so many cords as I film, and I'm trying not to knock anything over. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag, and it's gonna be fun. Okay, so I have both of the tabs up and I'm just gonna get started. Question 1 is the best book you've read so far, and I have two answers for this because I keep flipping back and forth between them. I have a physical copy of one of them, but I don't have it in this room with me, so I will probably not be putting, or I will probably be putting pictures on the screen instead of holding up books, unless they're in here, because I honestly just don't want to get up and go grab them. But the best books that I have read this year are the reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson and Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read the reappearance of Rachel Price when it came out, and since then I have been binging all of Jennifer Lynn Barnes's books, which doesn't make that much sense because they're different authors, but I have already read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I didn't want to reread those before jumping into the TV show because that came out a few days ago and I have started watching it. So I didn't want to be in the middle of rereading and feel like I wasn't going to watch the show until it was until I finished the books. But because I didn't want to reread, I was like, okay, what else can I read that's similar? And I saw that people were calling The Naturals Teenage Criminal Minds, and that is right up my alley, and that's just, I was in the mood for that after reading the reappearance of Rachel Price. So completely fell in love with Jennifer Lynn Barnes's writing and binged so many of her books. I'm reading one right now as well. So yeah, those are hands down the two best books that I have read this year. Question 2 is best sequel, and I probably could have saved Bad Blood for this one because that is the final book in the Natural series, but that is also what I'm going to say for this question because it was so good. I am completely obsessed. I have all of Jennifer Lynn Barnes's books now, and I am just working through her backlist, and I am so excited for the end of the month when The Grandest Game comes out. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed at this point. Question 3 is new release you haven't read yet but want to, and easily Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I have it, and I just haven't picked it up yet because I have been binging other books. But I have that for this weekend, and I might start that because I'm going to be on a plane for 2 hours. So that's kind of my plan. We'll see if that actually happens because I'm probably going to want to finish Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, because once again I am reading a Jennifer Lynn Barnes book, but I can't help, I am so obsessed. Question 4 is most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and I need Death at Morning House so bad. I cannot wait for that to come out. It sounds so good. I loved the Truly Devious books, so I'm really excited to see another world that's kind of in that same vein but different. So that comes out August 6th, and I will be driving to Jacksonville for a concert and then sitting in line waiting to get in for a concert. So I'm gonna have all day to just sit and read, and I'm really excited. Question 5 is biggest disappointment, and I don't want to get into this too much because I'm kind of conflicted and a little bit torn on if I'm actually disappointed, but I have to say The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. It's the third in the Dreamland Billionaires series, and I kind of enjoyed the fine print, but I really, really loved Terms and Conditions. That was my favorite. I really, really loved Terms and Conditions. So Final Offer, I enjoyed Lake Wisteria. I love the setting, and I'm really excited that we have love unwritten in that little town. So that's nice. I'm excited to see the rest of the books in that series and see more about the town because I loved the setting, but I just did not like the story as much. I thought it was good. I did enjoy it, but not how I thought that I would enjoy the final book in a trilogy, which I know that it's different because they are like interconnected standalones. But having really loved Terms and Conditions, I was disappointed for how that book went. So I did enjoy it. I just didn't like it nearly as much. And I think my favorite book being the second out of 3 kind of set up an interesting like situation because I liked the fine print. It was good. I really loved Terms and Conditions. I can't say it enough. I really enjoyed that one. So yeah, Final Offer was quite the disappointment. Number 6 is Biggest Surprise, and I have to say I was also super into hockey romances the first couple months of the year. And like in general, I really enjoy a hockey romance, but I was reading Avery Keelan. I was reading her books and I loved them so much. And then I wanted more. And I know that she had previously published them, but they're coming back out now, I think. So I have to wait for one that I am excited to read. But I needed more hockey romance, and I saw that there was a series that's like older characters, they're in the NHL, and that is Vancouver Storm series by Stephanie Archer. And I want to read the second one, and I still haven't picked it up, which is crazy. But I was really surprised by how much I liked Behind the Net, because I at first was like, ugh, I really want to read the second one, but I have to read them in order. It's just, I know that they're interconnected standalones and I could read them out of order, but I can't do that. Like, I just can't. I can't do it. So that was really surprising to me because at first I was like, I don't know that I enjoy this trope. I don't know that I enjoy how they're acting toward each other. It seemed very like cold and indifferent when you would be in one of their POVs, and then you'd get so much like sadness and stuff from the other because they were just not letting themselves like have that happiness. And so I was like, is this going to be slow burn? But it turned out to be so good, and I'm so happy I read it, and I can't believe that I haven't read The Fake Out yet. Question 7 is favorite new author, and hands down, Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I will say it over and over. I am so happy that I picked up The Naturals. I'm really happy that The Naturals was the first series by her that I read, because it was so good, and it was everything that I wanted in a book series. So I am completely obsessed and cannot get enough of her books. Question 8 is newest fictional crush. And I'm honestly not sure. I think that I would have to say Grayson Hawthorne, but like I also really like Nash. I think just like the older Hawthorne brothers in general, very book boyfriendy. Nash is so funny. He doesn't care, and I love it. And Grayson cares so much, and I love that too. So it's like what I enjoy about one is the complete opposite in the other, and that's fun. Yeah. Another fictional crush though, Nash from Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. So good. The bourbon scene. So good. 9 is newest favorite character, and I just finished The Fixer and The Long Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And I loved Tess. I need more books in that series, and I think that it's just a duology, but I need more because that cliffhanger was insane, and I just want to see more of Tess. I think the whole time I wasn't really shipping Tess and Henry, and if you know, you know. So I would kind of like to see Tess and Asher and see if anything could ever come from that. But I also just want to see that cliffhanger resolved. And I get that, like, that is a great way, in a way, to end a book, but maybe not a book series. I want more. I want more from that world. I want to know what exactly is going on with Georgia, because I get it. And I don't think that you need to have 100% concrete answers to end a book. I think you need to wrap up the big stuff. This was a big stuff, and I think that it needs to be wrapped up, and I would like to see what comes of that. Book 10 is a book that made you cry, and I'm gonna continue to talk about Jennifer Lynn Barnes books apparently, but I have been obsessed for the past couple months. The Fixer made me cry for deeply personal reasons. That book, at least the first one, dealt with Tessa's feelings on her grandfather being diagnosed with dementia, and that is not something that I can handle reading about at this current point. So at first I was really hesitant to continue reading, but it's fine. It's fine. Nothing that I was fearing happened in the book, so that was good. And then the second book didn't deal with that nearly as much. The first, there were a couple different mentions as Tess was learning some stuff, some secrets about her family. So that, it wasn't as bad, but it made me cry like 40 pages into the book. I had to put the book down and was just sobbing in bed. I put up an Instagram story crying, like, and venting about having read it, and like, I don't know that I can continue reading this. I powered through because as I continue to say, I am obsessed. But that made me cry really bad. Question 11 is a book that made you happy, and the entirety of the Inheritance games. Everything I read, unless it like is a 2-star, makes me happy. I get super invested in the characters and I'm always rooting for them. So when they succeed and they get what they want, I am always happy. I would not, I don't think, read if I weren't made happy by the books, because I don't want to waste my time not enjoying something that I'm reading, like, at all. 12 is most beautiful book cover / design. And I actually do have this book with me. I don't know if this came out this year, but a friend had 2 copies of the book and she brought me one. And it is Wild is the Witch. This cover is gorgeous. I have a ring light on, so it's making it hard to show it off. But like, there's the writing and the words and stuff is printed on the dust jacket, which is clear, and then it's on the back as well. So it is so pretty, and I'm having such a hard time. Let me see if, yeah. So the naked hardback is just the main character, and then all of the pretty details are on the dust jacket, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the gold. I love the greens. I have really been liking like darker greens lately, so I've just been completely obsessed with this cover, and I really need to read it. The sprayed edges are so gorgeous too. I mean, this book is gorgeous. And question 13 is, what books are you prioritizing to read by the end of the year? And question 13 is, what books are you prioritizing to read by the end of the year? So they're not all out, but I am definitely going to be prioritizing The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson. I will be prioritizing probably Jennifer Lynn Barnes's books in general. There are a couple more series to get through that I am excited about. I am about a third of the way through the first book of a new duology, so hopefully that doesn't leave off on a cliffhanger like the last one. And then Middle of the Night by Riley Sager is another one that I'm going to be prioritizing. So just anything that I am super excited about, I am definitely prioritizing enjoyment and doing better about DNFing books. I'm really good though at choosing the books that I am gonna read and what I want to read, and knowing how I feel about things. I rarely pick up books that I don't enjoy, because I just really know what I like and don't like. And I've stopped picking up books just because they're popular or just because they have a pretty cover. If I am not interested, I'm not going to force myself to read it. And I am doing a lot more of the just like ignoring things that I don't want to read. So that is the mid-year book freakout tag. I am going to go through a couple of stats real quick on my reading for the year. So my reading goal is 150 books. I am 2 books behind right now, so I have read 73. Gonna try to fix that. We'll see if I can. And then I'm going to pull up like my year in books if I can. Yes, okay. Back, go. So I'm waiting for it to refresh. Okay, so 73 books read, and I have read 19,656 pages. My average book length is 269. The shortest book that I have read this year was 83 pages, and the longest was 884 pages. So that's really cool. I want to re-download Storygraph, I think. So at the end of the year, I'll have better stats. But yeah, so that's the mid-year book freakout tag and my reading stats for the year. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!